What's up guys, I'm Roxette Arisa and today we're going to be playing around with lots and lots of E.L.F. products. This is basically like a first impression slash good or bad makeup product slash a one brand tutorial. Like I don't really know what I'm gonna call it, but you get the gist. We're gonna be playing around with a lot of E.L.F. makeup products, which is very exciting because drugstore makeup is key. So I hope you guys are excited to see this video and see how I created this look and what I think about the products. There are some products that I really did like a lot and then some products that just did not work out for me. So if you want to see how I achieved this makeup look with all E.L.F. products as well as my thoughts on all of the products we are about to try, then please subscribe and then just keep watching. I finally got the chance to go over to Tarzana and pick up a bunch of E.L.F. products. I mean, I go there all the time, but for this video I wanted to get like everything: foundation, concealer, primer, eyeshadows, lipsticks, like everything for a full face makeup tutorial. So I finally had the chance to do that and now we're here, we're ready to go. Let's get to playing around with these E.L.F. products. Ooh, my heart's racing. You know that feeling when you don't even know how it's going to turn out? Because I have seriously never tried most of these products. So this is the E.L.F. brow pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. It looks like it has a spoolie on one end. Let's just dig into it. I always start with brushing out my brows. I like this a lot actually. It has a very soft formula. It almost feels like a mixture between like a brow definer and a brow pencil, sort of like it has that waxy texture, but it's still shaped more like a pencil, if that makes sense. So you get nice, precise lines. Then I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up with the E.L.F. HD Lifting Concealer in Light. I'm not gonna lie, this part was very difficult for me to do with that product. It's did not compare to my normal products, so we are going to move on from that. Not happy about it, but that's the name of the game in this video. It's probably not going to be perfect since I'm trying out all new products. So the next product that we're going to go in with is primer, obviously. Where's the primer I got? This one, the Illuminating Face Primer. I'm so excited to try this. I have tried E.L.F. primers before, but not this specific one. I am all for anything that says it's going to make me glow. Okay. Has a very yellow tint to it. Yellow really does help brighten and cancel out any dullness. Ooh, wow, but it really does give you a glow. It has almost like a gold finish to it. Next up, we're gonna be using this E.L.F. Flawless Finish Foundation. Hopefully it's the right shade. I also picked up these E.L.F. sponges. I've never seen them before. So we'll use this. I need to go wet it first to get it a little damp, so I'll be right back. Oh, these are so cute. They come in 3 different sizes, so I'm gonna use the biggest one for foundation, but super cute and very, very affordable, especially compared to like the normal beauty blender. Oh my god, this is really light. I chose one of the darkest shades too. Ooh, I'm really liking this beauty blender though, or not a beauty blender, but beauty sponge, I guess. E.L.F. beauty sponge. It's so big that it really, really spreads out. Like, let me show you the difference between this size and this. Whoo! Of course, this is, you know, damp and expanded right now, but it's still a lot bigger than the beauty blender. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this shade though. Ah! By the way, this is the shade Sand. I don't remember if I mentioned that. The foundation itself, it's applying nicely. It doesn't have full coverage. I would say it's like medium coverage, and you guys know I'm a full coverage kind of girl, but I think this would actually be really nice if you do want just like an everyday foundation that is affordable and still applies like pretty nicely. I seriously don't know what to do about the color though. Like, do we see a difference there? I feel like I should probably go in with like a normal foundation at this point, but I want to keep it all E.L.F., so I'm not going to. Just bear with me for this video, guys. I think we now know that the shade Sand is much lighter than it appears in the bottle. I don't even know what to do now. I guess I'll just apply a lot of bronzer when it comes to that time. Okay, we're gonna move to the eyes now, like usual. I'm gonna try out this E.L.F. Beautifully Bare. I'm getting tongue twisted now. Beautifully Bare Smooth Matte Eyeshadow in the shade Soft Beige. I thought that we would use this for sort of like an eyeshadow base. And I believe this is a really new product. I mean, it says new on it, so that's what I'm going off of. Whoa. I did not realize that that was so warm. I thought it was gonna be like an actual nude shade. No, this is orange, you guys. We're gonna roll with it. We are going to roll with it. I'm gonna dig into this E.L.F 11-piece brush collection so that we can find something to blend out that cream shadow. Yeah, there's nothing in here, so. Okay, this is an E.L.F contour brush, but I'm just quickly gonna use that to blend in that base that we put down. For eyeshadow, I'm really gravitating towards this guy right here. It's the Prism eyeshadow in the shade Naked. Ooh. That's what it looks like on the inside. I'm gonna go into this other eyeshadow palette just to get a matte shade so we can set down that lid. So this is the Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette from E.L.F, and I'm just gonna take this shade over here and quickly go over the eyelid. And then for our transitional shade, I'm gonna take this shade right here that has sort of like a reddy brown undertone and put that directly into the crease with one of the brushes that came in that brush set. Now, digging into this little beauty down here, I'm just going to pat that into the entire base of the eyelid. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere now. I really like that eyeshadow combination. Of course, I just went with neutral bronzy shades. I went all out on eyeshadow palettes. I literally got this one, I got this one, I got this one, and then I stuck with, you know, the warm tones. But you know what? We just gotta go with what we know as much as possible in this video because it's already up in the air with how it's gonna turn out. Alrighty, for liner, I'm gonna be using this Expert liquid liner in Jet Black. I'm kind of nervous about this step because you guys know I always use the same products for my eyeliner. So to gander away from those, I'm scared. It could be worse, you know? I'm just gonna clean up the edges. Next up, I'm gonna pop on some of this E.L.F Volume Plumping Mascara in black. I do love a big fat wand like this. I just realized I did not get any lashes from E.L.F. I know they do make them. I can't even talk now. I know they do make lashes, but I didn't pick any up. So I'll probably just pop on some of the Huge Cocoa Lashes Queen Bee. We are going to move back to the face now. I'm gonna go back in with that E.L.F concealer in the shade Light. I really need a lot more coverage. I mean, like I said before, I like full coverage foundations, and this foundation definitely isn't full coverage. This is gonna be perfect if you like a light to medium coverage that's, you know, everyday wearable sort of thing, but I am just like full glam all the time pretty much, so I always reach for really, really full coverage. So I'm gonna try to make up with it with a bit of this concealer. And then I'm gonna blend that out with the medium-sized beauty sponge. I love these beauty sponges. They work really, really well. I think this is probably my favorite thing out of everything I've tried from E.L.F so far today. This concealer is really holding up the game right now. I was kind of losing faith in how well this look would turn out, but I really like this concealer and also the sponge. Okay, next I'm gonna set that down with the E.L.F translucent powder. I'm excited to try this because you guys know I love finding dupes for translucent powders because they can get expensive. The struggle of opening this thing with nails. Long nail. It was a good idea, just didn't really fall through very well. We're gonna have to move on from that. I'm just taking that same medium sponge and I'm going to apply the loose powder with it. Doesn't seem like it's picking up powders very well at all though. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. For some reason the sponge doesn't pick up powders. I'm not sure why, but we are gonna go into our little brush kit and just use this guy right here to apply that powder because we need to bake. We need some full coverage up in here, so we're gonna bake. Okay, I think it's actually the powder. I think it's so finely milled that nothing picks it up very well, if that makes sense. So it's a little hard for me to bake with it, TBH. Like when I try to pick it up, it just kind of like moves around in the top. Do you see that? While we let that bake, I'm gonna go in and contour with this contouring blush and bronzing powder in the shade Turks and Caicos. I really like the shades. I'm a little worried because this actually has sparkles in it, like it has a bit of golden shimmer, but you know what? I feel like this would be more used as a bronzer, but it said the contouring shade, so that's all I got for contour. There's no harm in trying, guys. I just went too light on foundation, too dark on this contour slash bronzer. I don't even know what it is. Oh, we're gonna have to blend this out a lot. There is a bronzer in this. I just remembered. It's the E.L.F. Beautifully Bare Total Face Palette. And I think there is a bronzer in here. Oh, I can't get it out. Okay, yes. Oh, perfect. So this is actually a matte bronzer. So I'm gonna try to blend out that harsh contour that we just did with this guy, and it's matte, so that's perfect. I wish I'd used this for my contour to begin with, but I totally forgot there was a bronzer in that little palette. Also, this packaging though, okay, E.L.F., I see you. Alrighty, now we're getting somewhere. I really like this, this palette right here, or at least the bronzing shade. So pretty, and the formula is really nice. Like, it's blending out, it's applying smooth, it's not patchy. I'm really impressed with this. And I'm going to take a little bit more of this powder and contour the nose. This is just my normal nose contouring brush. There's no way I'm trying something else because that could turn out so horribly wrong. I just don't even want to think about it. So we're just going to stick with what we know. I don't even see a brush in this set that would be good for contouring. So we're just going to go with this. Ooh, I like this shade a lot. Yes, honey. Nose contour is on flake. Alrighty, now I think I'm gonna go back into this shade. I know it scared me off before, but I'm just gonna dip a little bit with this same brush and then mix it with this beautiful shade to create our all over face bronze. So now that we're doing a bronzer type thing with this shade, I'm, you know, a little bit more at ease when using it because in bronzers, it's totally fine to have some shimmer. In contours, not so much in my opinion. And again, I still need to like match my face to my body at this point because it's looking pretty different, I feel. So that's why I feel okay to use this dark shade. And this brush is actually not that bad. It came in this set, and I think the set was like, what was it? I think it was under $10. I don't remember the exact price because obviously I bought a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think it was like under $10, and the brushes that I've been using are pretty good. If you are looking to build up your brush collection or whatever, or you just don't have any brushes, I feel like this is a really good, you know, beginner brush kit that's really affordable. And then we can go ahead and wipe away that under eye area. I'm actually just using that exact same brush that I just used for the bronzer. Like I said, I don't really mind it for this particular look because I am kind of trying to balance out my face makeup right now. We are getting somewhere now. I do still kind of think that this foundation was not a good match for me and my preferences, just because you can still see like little blemishes underneath the skin that normally I would really want covered up. So again, if you have like perfect skin, then this foundation is actually going to be really good because it feels nice on the skin. It's very lightweight, it's not heavy, it's not caking up, it's a nice foundation. Just I personally like more coverage. I'm gonna go back into, where's that eyeshadow palette I used? This is the matte eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take that same shade that we use in the crease and put that into the bottom lash line with a brush that came in the brush set. Then with that same mascara, I'm going over the bottom lashes just to really complete the eyes. For blush, I'm going to go back into this little guy right here. I think I'm going to take this shade. I tend to gravitate towards really warm peachy shades, so that's what I'm going to go for today. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, this palette is everything. If you are going to buy anything from this video, I would really suggest this bronzer, blush, and highlight palette. Also the beauty sponges. Those are key. Alrighty, highlight. This one, I'm not ready for this, you know what I mean? Like, I have such high standards for highlighters. I don't know how I'm gonna fare with these. I have 3 shades: Pink Diamonds, and then I have Blush Gems, and what is this one? Moonlight Pearl. This one looks really, really light. This one looks kind of rosy, and then this just looks pink, straight up pink. So I think for today, I am going to go with Moonlight Pearls. And the E.L.F. brush kit does come with a little fan brush. I'm not really feeling that. I don't know if it's the brush or the product though. Let me try it with my normal brush really quick. It does make a little bit of a difference. I think it's really important to find a brush that works for you, and for me this is like my ride or die highlighter brush. It's the Sigma Strobing Fan. It's so dense and it just packs on pigment so nicely. See, that looks a lot better than with that other fan brush. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. This highlight is pretty nice. I mean, it's really good for the drugstore because I feel like the drugstore doesn't really have many highlights. I mean, the Wet n Wild one is so good, but that's pretty much the only one that's really even usable. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. The only thing I am noticing is like you have to really dig at the product to get it out. I mean, it's very affordable, so it may not be a big issue, but I did want to let you guys know, like, it is a hard product. Most highlighters that I tend to gravitate towards have a very soft, buttery formula. This is a hard formula. What's next? I think we're almost done. We just need lips. Okay, I picked out a few different lip options because I didn't know what I would feel like when the time came. I think I might go for this E.L.F. matte lip color in the shade Nearly Nude. It tastes really good. But the formula itself, first of all, the color is very, very light. But the formula, I think it's okay, but I think that my lips underneath are just so super chapped right now. So you can see it kind of like shows through, which I'm not really feeling. So I think I might go over it with this, what is this? The High Shine Liquid Lipstick in the shade Naked Nude. Ooh, yes. Okay, I really like this shade. It's much more on the brown side, but I am feeling this one. Alrighty, and I guess we're done. I don't think E.L.F. has a setting spray. If they do, I did not get it. So we are done, and I actually really like how the look turned out. I was really losing faith somewhere in that whole mess of things, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with all the products. I like the eyeshadows a lot. I like this lip color a lot, the one that I put over top. And this palette, it's everything. You gotta have this palette. And also the beauty sponges. Those are kind of like the standout products for me. There were some products that weren't so good, or at least just didn't work out for me. This foundation, for example, it may work for other people. For me, it was just really light coverage and also a bad shade match. And then the brow product, at first I thought I would like it, and then the more I kept using it, the harder it was and the worse they looked. I'm very particular with my brows, so yeah. Those are the products that maybe I wouldn't reach for that often, but everything else I was overall pretty happy with. This was actually my first time doing a video sort of like this, where it's kind of a first impression sort of thing, but also a one brand makeup tutorial and stuff like that. So let me know if you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and comment down below if you want me to do more of this or any other videos that you want to request. I'm totally down to do more drugstore stuff because I know a lot of you really do like that, and I know it's always really helpful to find affordable makeup options that work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Mic drop.